it. They say life is an incomplete story, a canvas where fortunes are painted and erased with the brush of time. Kings become beggars, and beggars, in a twist of fate, can rise to wear crowns. This is the story of Arnab Ghosh, a young man whose life was a testament to this very idea. Arnab was a brilliant college student, but his world was far from the privileged halls of academia. He was the son of a maid, Mahana Ghosh, a woman whose hands, though roughened by toil, cradled the most beautiful dreams for her son. They lived a life of hardship, where every meal was a small victory and every new day was a battle. But in Arnab's heart, a fire burned bright. He believed that the chains of poverty could only be broken by one thing: relentless, unwavering hard work. For him, education wasn't just about books and grades. It was his only path to freedom, the only weapon he had to reshape his destiny. He studied at a prestigious college in Kolkata, a world away from his humble reality. Here, the hallways echoed with the laughter of the city's elite. Among them was Rupa Sen, the daughter of a wealthy businessman. She was the queen of the campus, beautiful, popular, and wrapped in an aura of arrogance. Her life was a party, and everyone else was just a guest. One day, her sycophantic friends, bored and mischievous, threw a challenge at her. "See that quiet, serious guy Arnab," they taunted. "We bet you can't make him fall in love with you." For Rupa, life was a game, and this was just another level to conquer. She accepted the bet with a smirk, her eyes glinting with the thrill of the chase. Her plan was simple and dramatic. She accidentally tripped in front of Arnab, scattering her books. As he rushed to help, she showered him with theatrical gratitude, her voice dripping with false sweetness. The first thread of her web was spun, and Arnab, unaware of the cruel game, felt the first stirrings of a connection. He saw a charming girl, not the predator she was. Their story continued under the grey, monsoon skies of Kolkata. One evening, as rain lashed down, Arnab was walking home, drenched and deep in thought. A luxury car pulled up beside him, and the window rolled down. It was Rupa, holding a large, elegant umbrella. "You'll catch a cold," she said, her voice softer than he'd ever heard it. "Come on, let me give you a ride." He hesitated, but she insisted. Under the rhythmic drumming of the rain on the car roof, they talked. For the first time, their conversation wasn't a performance. Rupa, perhaps tired of her own act, let her guard down. They talked about dreams, about the pressures of life, about the simple joy of watching the rain. An unexpected emotional bond began to form. As she dropped him off, she scribbled her phone number on a piece of paper. For Arnab, that piece of paper was more precious than gold. It was a symbol of hope, a sign that his world was perhaps finally expanding beyond the shadows of poverty. Just as this new light entered his life, a shadow fell over his home. His mother, Mahana, fell ill. Years of relentless work had taken their toll. A persistent cough and fever weakened her, but her spirit remained unbroken. The Sen family, they helped us when your father passed. I can't let them down. Arnab's heart ached. The family she spoke of was none other than Rupas. Unaware of this crucial connection, Arnab couldn't bear to see his mother suffer. "Ma, you rest," he pleaded. "I'll go in your place. I'll do the chores." He decided to step into his mother's world of service, to temporarily take on her burden, never imagining that he was about to step directly into the lion's den, the very home of the girl who was capturing his heart. One rainy night, as Rupa was walking home from a late class, a group of drunk men cornered her in a dark alley. Just as they lunged towards her, a figure burst out of the shadows. It was Arnab. Without a moment's hesitation, he threw himself between Rupa and her attackers. He wasn't a fighter, but his courage was immense. He shielded her, taking a few blows, but standing his ground, his eyes blazing with protective fury. His fierce determination and the arrival of a police patrol car scared the men away. Shaken but safe, Rupa looked at Arnab, who was tending to a bruised cheek. In that moment, the game, the bet, all of it melted away. A deep, genuine wave of affection washed over her. She was truly falling for the quiet boy she had intended to deceive. A few weeks later, Rupa's grand 18th birthday party was the talk of the town. She personally invited Arnab, her voice filled with a warmth that was no longer an act. "You have to come, Arnab. It won't be the same without you," she said, but Arnab's heart soared. An invitation to her world. From her, it felt like a dream. But fate had another plan. The Sen family's party was a massive event, and they needed all the help they could get. "I must go," his mother rasped, trying to get out of bed. He put on a clean, simple shirt and headed to the address, his mind a whirlwind of confusion. He had a party to attend as a guest and a party to serve at as a helper. As his bus pulled up to the magnificent, brightly lit mansion, his heart stopped. It was the same house, Rupa's house. For a moment, he thought of turning back, but then he remembered the rose he had bought for her. He had to see her, to wish her. He walked through the throngs of wealthy guests, feeling utterly out of place. He spotted Rupa, a princess in a glittering dress, surrounded by her friends. Taking a deep breath, he walked towards her, the single red rose held out like a peace offering. "Happy birthday, Rupa," he said, his voice barely a whisper. Rupa turned, and her eyes widened in shock. Her friends started snickering. The old, arrogant Rupa, cornered and embarrassed in front of her high society circle, resurfaced with a vengeance. "Oh look, everyone," she announced, her voice dripping with venomous sarcasm. "The help is here. Did you come to clean the floors or to wish me?" The laughter grew louder. "Don't you all know?" she continued, her voice rising to a cruel crescendo. She snatched the rose from his hand and crushed it under her heel. Each word was a dagger plunged into Arnab's heart. The world went silent. He simply turned and walked away, his back straight, his eyes burning with unshed tears. In that moment of absolute degradation, a vow was forged in the fire of his soul. He would rise. The next day, Arnab was a changed man. The soft-hearted student was gone, replaced by a man with a singular, burning focus. He dropped out of college and, with his meager savings, started a tiny mobile repair shop in a corner of a bustling market. He worked day and night. His hands, once destined for books, now skillfully mending broken circuits and shattered screens. He poured all his pain, all his anger, all his humiliation into his work. His honesty and exceptional skill quickly set him apart. He didn't just fix phones. He treated each device as if it were his own, earning the trust of his customers. One day, a vlogger, impressed by his service, made a video about the honest repairman of Kolkata. The video went viral. Suddenly, his small shop was flooded with customers. The name Fixrite became a local legend. But he hired and trained others, instilling in them his own work ethic. His small shop grew into a chain, spreading across the city like wildfire. In 5 short years, the transformation was biblical. Fixrite was no longer just a chain of repair shops. Arnab had steered it into the world of technology, rebranding it as Fixrite Technologies PVT Ltd. It became a nationwide tech behemoth with 47 branches, dealing in everything from software solutions to hardware manufacturing. The boy who was once called a beggar's son was now a billionaire entrepreneur. His face graced the covers of business magazines. His story of grit and genius celebrated as a modern-day fairy tale. He was the king he had vowed to become. Yet, amidst the sprawling glass and steel headquarters of his empire, Arnab remained grounded. The boy from the humble home never forgot his roots. He built a charitable foundation in his mother's name, dedicated to the education of underprivileged children. He treated every employee, from the janitor to the top executives, with respect and dignity. On the main wall of his corporate headquarters, etched in bold letters for all to see, was not some complex business mantra, but a simple, profound line: "Do love yesterday. Work here today." It was a reminder of his past, a tribute to the love that fueled him and the work that freed him. Arnab Ghosh's journey was complete. He had turned his deepest humiliation into his greatest triumph, proving that the only true measure of a person is not where they come from, but the height of the dreams they dare to chase. Thank you for watching. If this story inspired you, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.